Almost looks like he's going to reverse, but then he turns back to the baseline, and he got away from the defender, Logan Neal, and got the bucket. The shooting good for that man's team, Matt Neal, but good for Calvin, right?
Absolutely. Calvin, 8 of 15, 53%, 8 boards. Hope is 7 of 13 for 54%, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 5 boards. So like you said, Tom, these two teams are playing awfully even right now.
Sellout crowd here on hand tonight. The students are not here presently at Hope, but there are plenty of students here at the game. The school's not back in session just yet. As Bowser goes down to the baseline, that ball came all the way out to the other number 4, Brian Powell. Here's Rodts now for Calvin. Had Schuster setting up inside. Instead goes on top to the big man Cruz, who's been a factor so far with 5 early points. Calvin trying to build a 1-point lead. We're down inside the 11.5-minute mark. Here's Rodts now on the right wing, guarded by Bowser. 34 is Adam Dickerson, trying to bother the big man. Now Snickers from way out deep. Not the shot he was looking for, but Danny Rodts chased it down. That was the shot that he was looking for, and he knew what to do with it once he got it, Brent.
Boy, both these teams are shooting it well right now from the land of 3, Tom. No doubt about that. They both came in with that agenda, and they're both following through on it.
Danny Rodts with 8 now. Nice feed inside. Oh, Crombeen probably didn't realize how open he was. That's going to be a tie-up that will give the ball, I believe, to Hope, if I'm not mistaken. But Crombeen, he made such a fancy move there, Brent. He came open, wide open on the other side of the basket and looked for somebody to pass it to. If he had looked upward, he would have seen that he was just underneath the hoop and probably could have laid it up and in. Calvin bringing a new man on. Adam DeYoung is in for the first time, and also checking in, Colton Overway, the sophomore from Holland West Ottawa, replaces Crombeen on the home side of things.
DeYoung, 6'7", at a Hudsonville Unity Christian.
He is a big lad, that one. He's got some heft at 245. Overway, Holland player. Chris Ray. And now a takeaway. Snickers is home free on this one. Will he be able to do it? Oh, what a recovery from behind by Logan Neal. Well, Snickers got away from one defender, but the second one measured him.
Absolutely. Logan Neal sized him up all the way down the court, timed his jump perfectly, Tom, and was able to make a fantastic play.
Calvin will get Powell out of the game, and coming in is Jordan Brink. Vandestreek, who looks like he's lost his voice already, is trying to shout a play out from the sideline. Let's see if his side got it. Schuster, whatever it was, I think Hope pretty much snuffed it out. Calvin will reset on offense. Here's Brink all the way down the lane. The nice drop off. The big man inside. It wasn't pretty, but Adam DeYoung got it down, and Calvin suddenly up by 6. Bowser. Neal. This is Overway. Hope a little bit rattled the last couple of possessions. Down deep now, Dickerson. Outside. The 12-footer goes, and how impressive is Chris Rabin with 3 straight makes to make it 24-20.
Well, Hope right now, Tom, is finding a way to make that extra pass, and sometimes that can go against you, but other times it can go for you. And obviously for Hope right now, they're getting that extra pass out there, finding the open man, and they're able to make that shot.
The big man goes down deep to Schuster. Schuster was maybe playing for contact, but how about that? DeYoung again inside. Nice work.
Calvin's got a little size advantage right now, Tom, and they're showing it.
Well, they do. And DeYoung has got some muscle, which has been problematic. Long ball from Neal, way off the mark. Schuster, and now Snickers. Bowser giving chase on him. Snickers is a guy breaking down off the dribble. Oh, what a nice save inside by the big man, but that violates one of the rules. Don't throw it back inbound underneath your own hoop. But Calvin didn't get burned on it this time. Rodts will come back in. Hope's got somebody up as well. Calvin on top by a half dozen here. We're inside of 9 minutes remaining, first half. Glad to have you with us tonight on WGVU TV, West Michigan Public Television. This guy has not been able to miss. He was too wide open that time, was Chris Ray, and Snickers there with another carom.
Boy, we've been saying Snickers' name tonight a lot, or what?
Almost a takeaway there. Brad Schneider's got a little casual with the basketball. And that's the problem for Calvin. They don't really have a great ability to get into the lane. The big man got a hand on it, but it's chased down now by Bowser. 1-on-2. Is he going to try to go? He does. Forced it. Maybe not the best choice. And Calvin's got it back. Calvin probably just lacks that little bit of a cutting edge with a guy who can beat you consistently off the dribble. They certainly don't really have it in their backcourt players. And that might be a slight advantage that Hope has offensively. Outside now, the shot off the back bracket from Schneider's.
I'm sure a healthy Trent Salo would certainly help that cause in the backcourt.
Now it's going to be a foul on Hope at 7:55 remaining here in the first half. We'll take another break. Calvin on top by a half dozen tonight.
Maroon or gold? What kind of question is that?
Maroon. Gold. Ooh. Oh. Okay.
Can you do the Joker?
Papa John's Pizza is proud to bring you this portion of the rivalry. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. More at papajohns.com. Gentex Corporation is a producer of automotive vision systems and displays. Their electronic products, designed and manufactured here in Zeeland, Michigan, are used by car makers across the globe. Gentex strives to put employees first, creating an entrepreneurial spirit that drives innovation. Gentex has openings for entry and senior level engineering candidates. You can learn more online at gentex.com. Gentex Corporation is an equal opportunity employer.
$3 or 4%.
Well, a lot of guys have gotten into the act off the bench already, Brent Ashcroft, in this game. We saw Big DeYoung with a couple of baskets here. Tyler Cruz has 5, but Chris Ray has really played with a lot of confidence in the early going here for the Dutch.
Yeah, he's 3 or 4, Tom, from the floor. He's got 6 points, so he certainly contributed here for the Flying Dutchman, absolutely. But Hope still down 6 in this contest.
Calvin playing with a lot of poise. You know, maybe the edge is off them a little bit. They've had some tough losses early this season. Playing without Salo has hurt them a little bit. And of course, Hope has played without Peter Bunn, who's not likely to play now this year, we're told. Will attempt to come back from injury next year. How about this long gun? Schuster! NBA 3 right there, 29-20. Too many 6'10" guys playing Division III basketball with that kind of range.
No, absolutely not. He able to step back and hit that shot. Nice clean shot too.
Josh Holwerda in there right now, 25 in white for Hope. Also in the backcourt right now, Overway remains in the ballgame. This one is right toward us. Way over the head of Ty Tanis. It's a Hope turnover, and now Matt Neal feeling maybe just a little bit concerned here as this one starts to get away from his side. As we're just about 13 minutes into this one. So Calvin a third of the way home and on top by 9, and just a horrible pass to nobody in particular by Jordan Brink. Gave up his dribble and then lost it, and then took a foul on the fast break. Well, that's 10 seconds of his life that he would like to get back, and it's Will Bowser who powered right through him. Well, at this point, I think instead of moving into the player, you got to come out and attack the guy on the ball. We see a lot of young players do that these days. Everybody's had it beaten into their head, take the charge, but if he comes out and gets Bowser, you know, up court farther, then he's not going to take that charge underneath the basket. Free throw did not go for Will Bowser. Calvin with a chance to right the ship here with a 7-point lead. A couple of guys at the table waiting to come in. 22 for Calvin is Brian Haverdink, who's out there right now. First action for him, and he's not shy either. If you can shoot like that, you don't have to be.
Yeah, lights out. Unguarded 3 there from the right wing, Tom, and no doubt about it, he sized that up and knocked it down without any issue whatsoever.
Well, kids just have no fear these days of taking the long gun. And coaches who understand the percentages realize now that the three-pointer is such a great weapon. Miss outside Bowser. There's a rebound by Danny Rodts, and it's another foul against Hope. Larry Martin making the call, and this one is going to go against Holwerda. Fouls not really a factor for either side so far, and certainly not in the team situation either with any bearing. Calvin, though, playing on a 10-point lead right now after that last three. Schuster goes out. Powell back in. He's out there with Schneiders up front. They've got Cruz, and now a takeaway by Bowser. Can he catch up to it? He does and scores the basket.
Bowser with two great plays there for Hope, Tom. Obviously, plays like that can jumpstart a team. Hopefully that will happen for the Flying Dutchman here. They certainly need it.
This is a little different look for Calvin right now in terms of the offense, and they don't really have a go-to offensive player out there right now. Somebody who's going to put it on the floor confidently, and now we're going to get another Calvin turnover? No, not quite. The Knights get it back, but they don't have a lot of people out there that you'd feel confident about their ability to handle. Rodts had to force that one up to beat the shot clock. Calvin has never hit the rim, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. Well, that was sustained defensive brilliance by Hope there. They never got away from it, and even when the ball came out across the timeline, possession was never judged to be in possession. The ball was not judged to be in possession of Hope, so the clock correctly kept counting down.
Well, it didn't seem like Calvin could really get set offensively there either, Tom. They seemed to scramble a lot. The ball was loose on the floor. They really couldn't get much going, and obviously with the shot clock going down, they had to press the panic button and do something.
Yeah, I think if you see Snickers in there, that's the kind of situation where he takes control. And Calvin with more of a defensive alignment out there now. Bowser, that's a really tough shot, and he put it down. Boy, that was a contested jumper, and Bowser suddenly with 7 points. Calvin really hurting Hope on the boards right now. Schneiders leads inside. Beautiful bucket by Brad. I thought that was a bit of a reach, but it worked out for Calvin. By 8 now.
He took on 3 Hope defenders there, split the D, and laid it in off glass. Pretty impressive.
Tough shot. Crombeen, believe it or not, has not scored in this ball game. Here's Bowser again. Missed it. Great rebound there by Brian Powell. There's a breakout for Calvin. They're going to call a foul on Crombeen, who reached in on Brian Haverdink. Matt Neal didn't like that, but he's going to have to live with it. Well, that one goes Calvin's way, but Matt Neal, who's been relatively quiet, is yelling across the way to Mark Ditzworth, trying to make sure that he knows just how displeased the home side is with that call, and Haverdink makes him pay. He's got 4 now. Calvin getting pretty good balance. They've got a lot of guys on the sheet, 7 different scorers so far, but the second one will not go for Haverdink. Schuster gets set to check back in. Tanis picked up by Haverdink. Bowser trying to take control. He's guarded by Rodts, who's a good defender. Crombeen. Dickerson. Better now this for Calvin defensively. Bowser. Crombeen. Not really looking to shoot the jump shot as Crombeen. And they're going to call a charge here. Is that against David Crombeen? It is. And Crombeen picks up his second foul, and boy, Calvin did a really nice job adjusting to that ball movement.
Yes, they did. Man defense there, Tom. They were all over the place. They had the right mix on the floor there, and Hope just could not find a shot there whatsoever. Everybody seemed to touch the ball, but there was just nothing there.
You know, Crombeen is going to get some jump shot opportunities. He's not a bad shooter. He's a bit of a reluctant shooter from the outside. More of a guy that likes to score going toward the basket. They're going to call a hold out on the wing here against Adam Dickerson. And now the foul is starting to pile up, and that is the 17th foul against Hope. And it will be Brad Schneiders going to the line to shoot 1 in the bonus with A tick over 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. A first half which sees Calvin rather surprisingly on top by 9.
Maybe Hope can get to the free throw line